Oh my God. They found me. I don't know how, but they found me. Run for it, Marty!
Hey YouTube, PhatPastor here. Thank you guys for coming out and joining us here tonight. I have got an echo in my voice. Let me see what crap is going on. All right. I think that's it. All right. Thank you everybody for coming out tonight, joining us in the stream. Got some questions and got some things to run by everybody here today. We have back from the abyss, Oops
Hello.
FPV.
Hey, everyone.
We have McFlies was first. It says, "Hey family."
Good evening.
We got Mr. 8-Bit. Hey yo y'alls. I am Gross. And then Pastor Larry. Hello friends. We got Neo Anderson back from the Matrix.
Good evening.
And all right, we got we already lost a person. We had
Well,
people are like, yeah, you got sound problems. I'm not sticking through with all of that. So
see you bye.
yeah, we got some questions to ask you tonight, and let me try something again. I had my YouTube open, and I think it was feeding back through.
Yeah, I do that sometimes.
Try it again. See if my
Maybe I need to.
I was trying to do the voice chat thing. I'm gonna try to get that set up. There's some things I'm gonna run by you guys. There's some different ideas that I've got that may be coming to the channel here. Let's see. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah. Mute that. Is that better?
You
Okay.
sound good to me.
All right. Now let me try something else.
Let me listen to you on the stream.
I'll
Well,
just set up not a robot lady, but
what
is it called?
Marty, I don't
hear me?
I don't think you. No, I can double hear me on the stream, but I can't double hear you.
You don't hear me at all?
What I mean by that is I can hear me on the stream, but I can't hear you on the stream. I can hear you right now, but talking to me on here, but I can't hear you on the stream. I hear me on the
So,
stream though.
am I muted on the stream? Let me turn my phone up. See what happens.
Let's see.
Turn my phone up. See. Yeah, my voice is fine.
There you go.
Yeah,
You're
my
fine.
voice is fine.
That was weird.
Casey's on the wacky tobacco again, guys. I don't know what we're gonna do with it.
That is weird. I've got it unmuted on YouTube, and it's some reason I can't hear. I can only hear me on YouTube, and then Yeah, it's weird. It ain't. I don't know. It ain't working right.
Okay.
It ain't
I
working
should
right
be
on my end.
getting YouTube.
You said the wacky tobacco.
Somebody chat something on YouTube real quick.
That's-
I can probably type something. Got David. I don't know why it's not working. Speech chat says it should be working. I don't hear it. YouTube is on. Says that it's on.
Copy, paste, enter. See if that works.
Platforms, YouTube. I got it set.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to mess with this for just a minute longer than I'm going to be done.
Weird.
I wanted to do this before the stream, but we was having some technical difficulty. Yeah, it's showing that we're on there. So I don't guess I can hear it. Option.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Somebody's asking what Scott's wanting to know what that little lock icon is in the top of your goggles, in the HD0 goggles, next to the fan, I think it is. Has some writing in it, but he can't make it out. He just wants to know what that little lock. Doesn't that mean that you've got your? I've seen the little lock icon even in your goggles.
I know what he's talking about, but
Yeah.
I'm drawing a continued recipe. What the world? I have no idea what's going on. I want to pull out of this and
I know you're trying to do something.
yeah. Well, no. I need to answer the chat.
But
Let me
I was
see.
trying to help out there.
What is the lock? Let me
Wait.
see here. Go to.
Let me just here. I'll figure that out.
I know it's just not ringing a bell to me. Let's see. To pull up the manual, right? Is that how it's pronounced?
Manuel. Let's see.
Or goggle.
Doesn't that mean you're locked? It's not on auto scan. It's locked onto one channel. Or does that mean the fan is locked? Here's the goggles user manual.
I'm looking at the OSD that it's got on the menu. I've seen it. Let me see. Goggle fan temperature.
All right.
You got me one, Scott. Good question, buddy. I've seen it, but I mean, I can share the screen.
I'm
here.
in the manual looking. What the here we go. Let's see.
Okay. Now, according to this, he's not talking about number one is the battery of your goggles. Number two is your fan speed. Number three is your goggle temperature. I think number three is goggle temperature indicator, and four is VTX indicator, and recording state is 5, which was over here, and then 6 is your string, and then 7, 8, 9 is your antenna. And that's according to the HD0 literature, but got me intrigued, Scott.
Me too. Me too, for sure.
Ooh. Remove that from the chat. Keep an eye on.
If this select. Ooh, I think
All right, let me see. Got to dash to work for a few hours. Need to sleep. Another trucking. Hey, brother. I am pulling out my HD0 goggles to investigate this myself.
Mhm.
Everybody having a good week this week? Got to go glassesless for this, guys. I probably got to have a quad on before it's going to show it. Let me see. I think I might be able to go to the menu. All right, OSD. Just OSD element. What that says. Yes, there is a lock there. And I think it's your milliseconds.
battery.
It's no, I see it there in mine, but it looks like it's just 3 milliseconds inside of it. I think it's trying to tell you that your latency is fixed, that it's a fixed latency. I don't think, see, that won't show up on anything but plugging my goggles in. And I'd have to get out my capture card and all that kind of stuff. So I can't do that tonight, which will bring me to another question. I think it's telling you that your frames per second, if you look at it closely, Scott, it looks like it's got a milliseconds. It looks like it's got like 3 ms on it, and I think it's saying that your goggle to lens is 3 millisecond latency. What I think. I don't know for sure. Let me Google it. Saying you joined. What are you doing? You got like 3.
Did it work?
What worked? You got another one of you. You got 2 of you up. I don't know what he's doing. Hang on. I don't know where he went. I don't really know for certain, Scott. It's a good question. I will try to find more out about that. Um, um, uh, not in, it's not in that picture. You're right. Appears that we need more thumbs. Yes, please smash that like button. that it's like sending a little tip to me, and that's Mr. Scott Hendricks here. Mr. 8-Bit says, built a fresh new build, maidened it, did a challenge, and was called out on with that build. Let me read that again. Built a fresh new build, maidened it, and did a challenge. I was called out on with that build. Oh, okay, a challenge you was called out on. How did it go? Hope it went well, man. Week was fair, 6-hour drive home in the morning. This week is almost over. Well, man, yeah, it is. It's been a long week for me too. Good week, except I'm sore from falling in my living room, getting old. Oh man, yeah. Sorry to hear about that, brother. Hope you didn't break nothing. So good week, although it didn't get built. Did you know that the rabbit can freestyle? Oh, yeah. Well, post a thing in the Discord and we'll show it. We got some Marcel off axis in the post videos for the stream. Post it in there if you've got one. We'll watch it. Wallbangers Throwdown Thursday. Hello, fam. How's it going, Zach? How was your vacation, man? I hope it all went well. I am doing good. All good. Rabbit and Moon handled easy peasy. All right. Nothing broke, but I have to go to bed in a few. I understand, man. Understand. Glad to have you on. What time that you've been on? Yeah. There, it looks like Casey's back.
About had it fixed, but as you've seen, it had like 3 open, and so I ended up closing the wrong one again. So, anyways, y'all bear with me. I'm so sorry.
This is like every week for Casey, but guys, just about. I
Something's
don't know
going on
what
with
he's
my
doing.
account. Something's going on with my like Streamlabs. It's all new to me, so I'm gonna dig deep into it, and I'll make sure it's fixed before next week. I plan on making sure it's fixed before next week, which means I'm not gonna stop at it until it's fixed because this is just bugging me, and I can't have this. Nope, can't have it.
Not gonna die.
Not gonna that.
Not gonna die. You know, it was actually kind of funny because right before the stream, I asked Casey if he was all right, and he was like,
"Are you okay?"
Yeah. I'm fine. Oh.
caught his hair on fire and everything. So
Yeah, it was pretty rough. Still a little smoky in here. Definitely stinks.
there you go, Marty.
See what
I don't know what I did, but I'll take it, man. I'll take it.
No, don't join again.
Stop it, Casey. I don't know what the crap you're doing. Just stop.
Trying to be responsible here.
You way past that, man.
Trying my best.
Way that went out the window a long time ago.
It said my body electrocutes me often. Yeah, okay. guess he's seeing some of that. It might be high, but Trolley strawberry puffs are the bomb. Bitterroot said.
Let me look at what he. Yeah, because you can't
I was trying to
click on anything.
right. That's what I was trying. I was about had it fixed. I'm scared to mess with it now. Actually, I'm gonna try something.
My brain does that 8-bit, and everything will be going good, and then it's just like bzz,
Mm,
like
yeah.
a spectrum of
Cool.
messed upness.
That sounds about right. For me
And,
too.
but everybody has hard times, right? Good days and bad days.
Time heals all things, except these crazy eyes.
Well, it's good to be home, I know that much.
I wasn't talking to you, Deeds. I was talking to that squirrel over there.
Oh.
I love it.
Gotta. Yeah, so that's to
I love
say
my
you
clip.
gotta
Love my clips, guys.
got to. You gotta love it.
Ectoplasm. Yep. Oh, I see you posted something here. I see you posted something. Let me see if I can do a poll. Engage with my audience. Start a poll. What I'm thinking about doing.
Hold on. Is that a hint or is that a name actual name, 8-bit? Are we echoing?
I don't think we're echoing.
I don't either. Fuck this 2 account thing. I'm gonna get rid of one of them. Can't do it right now. I don't know what'll happen.
Let's do this way because I'm limited.
Yes.
All right. Should be a poll coming up in the chat for you guys. And if you guys will answer it, I probably should have just left out the yes and just put no. Don't answer yes, because if you do, answer either console or computer. So, well, simming would work. Simming would work. It'll fall under that. So, hey, Apex, how's it going, my brother? You remind me there's something that I need to do. Something that I need to do. No. Give me just. I am unorganized tonight, guys. Bear with me. Which most of my streams seem like this anyway. So.
I think. Well, that's what it's all about, live stream.
Yeah, I'm what I'm doing. I'm just giving time for people to answer the poll. That's what I'm doing.
Right on, right on, right on.
Come on. Oh, work, work it up, work it, work. So, all right. Poe allows you to choose one. Yeah, that's why I said if don't click yes, pick what category. You know, if you do it on all, just pick yes. But if you're specific, that's better. If it's specific to one or the other, then pick that. How about that? If you game on all, then yep, that'll work. Makes sense. I won't read that. I will put that up there. If you game on multiple platforms, click yes. If you game on just computer, pick computer. If you don't game at all, click no. If you game just on Xbox, PlayStation, or no console, that would be console. Then pick that. Oh no, wait. If you do a poll, just do a if you game with your preferred method. Yeah. Well, why I ask, and I'll set it up here again in a minute if it looks like more people are uh, right now 33% say yes, 17% say no, and 33% say console. So that's possibly 66% between console and everything. I don't know. So both.
It's a hard decision. Not for me, of course. PC, because you can do everything on a PC that you can't on any other game system. You can mod your
Not
games.
necessarily. Not necessarily.
You can
There's
mod
things
your
you can
game,
do on a Mac you can't do on a PC.
right? I was saying between Xbox, PlayStation 5, PC is the way to go for me personally because you can't do anything on those unless you have a modded PS5 or Xbox. So why have an
Well, but
expensive
you
modded
can't
Xbox
come
when you
online
can
and
have a
play.
computer?
You can't play online with me on Xbox. I play with my
Right,
console, and you can't log online. So
right.
I don't.
See, so what I was saying was, uh, game consoles, you can't mod your games. You can't use PC trainers and stuff like that. You can't use none of that. You can't do nothing. You can only play the game for as it is, and then you can download expansions and all that. And if you know how to mod your PS5 so that you can mod your games, then that's different, or your PS4 or whatever, or your Xbox. But with a computer, you don't have to mod nothing. You just install the game and then you can mod it. You can already mod a PC version of a game. So that's why I like PC versions.
Thank you,
But
Pastor Larry,
that's
for the $4.90 for the $5 super chat. Says love the
yeah.
stream.
Oh,
I think this is a good segue to come
thank you.
in to to why I asked the question in the chat of whether you game, and if you game, what do you game on? I've been using StreamYard Talk Studios. Before I used StreamYard. This is Streamlabs Talk Studios, and I went in and set up all of the animations for giving and all that kind of stuff, and it's just they say that it's a problem with Steam, not Steam, but Chrome, and but everything I set up is gone. So, and
Oh,
I'm learning. I'm torn between Ecamm, which is a Mac, because I'm running all this on a Mac Mini now, but would limit the amount of times that I could go on location, because I'm not going to take my Mac Mini, which is all set up on my desk here, and my monitors on the wall, and but I'm either looking at StreamCam or Ecamm from Mac, or going the way of OBS and just whenever I have a guest on, because everybody I've talked to says that having guests like a co-host or multiple guests, like like I've done in the past, is problematic in OBS. It's not as cut and dry as the way that I do it now. Is I just send somebody a link. They click the link even on their phone with like Sully or Joe Scully whenever he come on the show, he was on his way, and you've joined again. Oops.
Yeah, I'm trying to mess with it in the background.
So, what I'm looking at switching over. I just ordered the Elgato, the new HD60X. That's supposed to be able that I can be able to hook my Xbox. I have an Xbox S Series, and I also have Steam games. But I thought for members or people on the channel or whatever, I love to play shooter games, and one of my favorites is Ghost Recon Wildlands and Insurgency Sandstorm. I like to play. I don't play them much. I don't play much games at all. But I like to play with other people. Yep, like a gaming with Pastor series. Yeah, and
Yeah.
Steam sometimes. I've got Steam. I've run. I used to do this back before I started streaming. I was pretty active on DRL's Discord. That's where I met a lot of racers and all of that. Yes, I've had a lot of people tell me Linux is superior. My brother-in-law is like a genius when it comes to computers and things, but is genius in many areas, in my opinion. But he uses Linux, but I'm one of these kind of people. I just want it to work out of the box. That's why I'm leaning toward Ecamm. I'm telling you, because it just works. I've chatted with Ian and Lee from Painless 360 and different ones, and I know Ian has just about thrown OBS out the window a few times. I know Aaron Ciotti uses a Mac Mini. I think his is an M1 that he's doing his streaming from. So I don't know. I'm thinking about doing it, and probably I tell you, I'm leaning more toward biting the bullet, especially as we're starting to get closer to winter. I'm leaning more toward biting the bullet and just learning OBS, and that way, if I ever need to go out with my Windows laptop, I can run it there too. But what I'm thinking about doing is having, maybe a thing for members, or not, or just some nights, just log on a random night and just do some gaming, and
Mhm.
so
That would be fun. That would be really fun.
and uh, uh, I think it would be a way to connect with people.
Yeah, very.
Just finished Cocoon. What a beautiful game! I've never played that. Um, um, I know. I guess the first. I used to play campaign games. Sometimes during my head injury, it would help me. And the first, I like open world games. Red Dead Redemption 2 is pretty decent. Uh, Ghost Recon Wildlands my favorite, but and also there was one Skyrim. Skyrim was pretty good,
Yeah, fun.
and the one with the little bottle cap stuff was all right. Um, I don't remember the name of it. You know about the nuclear bomb stuff.
Oh, Duke Nukem or
Mm.
Nuke. There's so many of
Fallout,
them. Fallout,
Fallout 4, Fallout 3, Fallout 4, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout all of those.
Fallout 67 or 57, whatever it's called. Pretty cool. There's one with a number on it. Fallout something. It's got a number on it. And that's the one I'm more familiar with.
3 or 4. 3 was the first one I was exposed to. I didn't care for that one, but it's all right. Yep, Fallout. Fallout 76. I've had it, never played it. I hear
I
that
like
it's only good if you play it with other people. So that's
Far
what I'm thinking. You know,
Far
and
Cry. Far Cry's real good
I
too.
played Far Cry. So
The
someone asked me to play Far
six,
Cry 5 as a pastor,
oh,
and
I've got the sixth one. It's fun.
so I did, and I don't know
Yeah,
anybody. I don't know anybody like that guy.
they're
I really
getting a
don't.
little bit. They're getting a little bit religious in there, aren't they? If you want to call it that.
No, they're getting crazy, man.
They are. You should see the sixth one. They bring him back from the dead. Yeah. So it's pretty. It's something else. Yeah, the sixth one's pretty. I haven't beat it yet, but pretty cool. I don't
Yeah,
ever. I actually haven't played in a long while myself. Yeah, I got quite a few games myself. That would be amazing to play
see,
with everyone.
I think Insurgency Sandstorm is cross-platform, and you can play it. I've played it in squads up to 8 people. I've not played it in about a year, but it's pretty
That
good,
would.
pretty realistic, and all of that. And you can play as a team together
Yeah. Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff. Uh, so I
We
think it would be
should.
fun.
We should.
W-
Yes, we should.
w- Which
And
it brings.
can I say something really fast? I've been thinking. Well, I hope you remember. Like a week or two ago, I was like, Marty, we should play the simulator together. I was like, we need to play some Tiny Whoop Go. We ain't played it forever, and it's getting close to that time, anyways. Do you remember me
Mhm.
mentioning that? Okay. Well, it's been on my
Yeah,
heart heavy.
I'm yeah I'm talking with uh, Jesse about getting Jesse to come on to the channel, and and one of the things I want to ask him, I want to find out either from him or Rab or whoever, is I want to learn how to host a game where I can switch between racers. I don't necessarily want or have to be racing. Thanks, McFly, uh, for the $10 super chat. Xbox gaming is fun, even for
Sure.
old men like you.
Sure. That's funny. If it works.
Well, I changed it to if there is something you want to ask the pastor, Athex, I did change that to Pastor Reacts videos, so you can. I wanted to put them both, but if you put the way Discord works, if you put the description too long, it just bloops out to where you really can't tell what it's talking about. Mr. Brandon Baked Beans. I'm on a retro pie. My daughter and I are working on trying to beat Goof Troop. Yeah, my brother-in-law made one of those and uh, got a bunch of old, even Nintendo Wii games uh, on them.
Uh,
So
Yeah, I actually know how to download emulators, and you can play any game that was ever created, ever, on whatever game system you want to play it on. It's
ever,
mostly compatible for
any game
PC.
ever,
Ever,
even if
ever,
Larry
ever.
made one down in his basement that nobody knows about, you can play that game.
Play it. You can play it. There's an
Ever.
emulator for. There's an
Chess.
emulator. There's an
The box
emulator
of
for.
chess, it's up in your mother's
Play
closet.
that.
You can play it
You can. You
on
can
his
play that.
emulator.
You can. Not my emulator. I didn't come up with them. There are people much smarter than me that come up with it. But yeah, there's Nintendo 64 emulators or Super Nintendo emulators,
Yeah.
PlayStation emulators,
Mr. Mike
Atari,
Bergman. How are
Atari.
y'all? How's Mr.
Oh,
Mike?
hey, good evening, brother. Yeah, but they're
Yeah.
very fun. It's very fun, and it takes you back. It takes you back to like when you were a kid, when that
We
thing pops up, when that 8-bit graphics pops up on your screen.
some of I a group of, I went with the deacons to Dave and Buster's, and you should have seen uh, 4 of us, upper 40s and beyond, playing Mario Kart with a bunch of 20-year-olds, and it was a whole line of them there. If you've ever been to Dave and Buster's and all that,
Oh yeah.
but
I haven't been to Dave and Buster's. I've been to Chuck E. Cheese.
I'm just blasting my packs with 4 amps really quick before I rush out to meet some fly. But hey, man, have a good time, Bean.
Yes, have a good
Brandon.
time. Be safe. Dude.
Y'all remember that character. Before I go into showing some videos, there was something that I asked you guys about, and I had 2 responses about how to build gates out of the 2 dozen white pool noodles that I had. And I got 2 responses. I went with one of them, but I'm probably going to I may end up going with the other one. And if I do, but Athix says I would do a corkscrew with the base holding it together. You can adjust the length of the tunnel by how many you add, and you can run your power down a 2x4. Yeah, just kind of spiraling it. I like that. It seems like pretty easy way to do it. I wanted it to be light because my thinking, and I didn't specify that in it. I want it to be light because my thinking is I want to hang it from either lights or the church chandeliers, or we literally do that. The fans, things like that. And preaching FPV is Pastor Larry. I believe that's the same person. They have the same avatar, I think. Pastor Larry, let me know if I am wrong. But I think yeah, they have the same avatar. Pastor Larry is preaching FPV on. He says, I made a set of 3 cubes or diamonds connected together out of colored pool noodles. What you could do is make 4 independent squares, depending on how you turn them, 2 by 2 by 2. Make them 15.5 inches long, the arms in between them, and basically stack, making basically a 3 cube stack. The pool noodles are I guess, are 4 foot long. Yeah, so were the ones that I did. They were actually like a quarter of an inch shy of 4 foot long. Because you're using white pool noodles with the lights, go inside of them and run the lights and squares and diamonds. And I actually made that. And let me see if I can share that with you. Let's see. I think I could just share image. Let me look here. I get that Stream Deck too, where I can be able to pull these things up and down quick too, without having to re-click 5 buttons just to share a picture. Video slide.
There is
I thought it was.
also
I thought I could share a photo.
there's also a few videos. So, but I think it did.
Give me a second. Ah, what is slide? Cancel. Well, hmm. Well, I made it. I don't know if I can show you how I made it. Actually, I have to have a big shout out to my mother. My mom made more of it than I did. She's better with hot glue than I am. And let me see if I can now share my screen since I've got a whole screen set now.
Funny.
Window. Here we go. There. Goodness, after all of that work. I have not run any lights into it or anything, but come on. There it is. There it is. It's just pretty light
Oh,
and
yay.
and all of that. So I did go with that. Preaching FPV, Pastor Larry, if you will, you will send me your information, your contact information, which I might have it. I think you've won something. I don't know if you've won something or not, but if you haven't, message me at phatpastor@gmail.com. phatpastorfpv@gmail.com. Email me there, and I will send you over your choice of a Tiny Whoop or a We Bleed FPV gift card. And Athix, if I have enough pool noodles left, I plan on building another one of these and putting them at like a 30-degree angle, so you fly through them, and then you got to make a turn and you got to hit them again. So I think that's one of the things that he said on that. But contact me here, Athix. If I end up, right now I'm in the process of trying to find more of the pool noodles. You can get these at Michael's or whatever, but they're like $4, $3-4 a piece for the white ones. I picked these up at the Dollar Tree for $1.25, and I bought 20 of them, and I sent my mother back to the other Dollar Tree, and she bought the rest that they had. So if I end up using your spiral, which seems like it's going to be a whole lot easier to run lights through than this. My plan is I'm just going to, these don't have lights in it. I'm going to cut it, put the lights in it, and I'm going to go in squares, and I'm going to run down on the outside with it, and then do the square again, and then run down the same part through the square, run down the same part through the square, and then I'm going to come over here and run a separate. Well, I'm going to start from this end over. I don't know if y'all can. I'm sorry, y'all didn't see what I was doing. Sorry. I'm just going to do the squares around like that, and coming down the bottom to each one, connecting and filling the squares up, and then come back up over here on this side and start again and run all the way down, and then cut the LEDs and run some wire across, because I don't want the lights doubling up here to this, and then run all the way up this piece on the top, and then cut and run 3 wires down to this and run it down the side. The spiral will definitely be a lot easier way to run the lights,
Right.
but I like the idea of the diamond
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds intriguing too.
Yeah, and
The pattern will be really nice too when you go through. Better, probably look better.
yeah, I don't know if you can, how well you can see this or not, but yeah, it just looks all white. But
Yeah, yeah, you can see it. Oh, yeah, yeah, that's cool.
that's how it will be. And I'll just cut a seam in it, and then I'll take packing tape, white packing tape, and put in it. And the heaviest thing in it will be the light. So yeah, that's it. So
Awesome.
if I end up doing your corkscrew idea, I will send you a gift card also. So thank you. Only had 2 responses to that, but yeah, thanks everybody that that contributed to that.
Yes, definitely.
Uh, and big thank you to Mom. Thanks, Mom. You helped me a lot. Now I'm gonna put the lights in it because she was like, we need to put the lights in it before you glue it all together. I was like, I don't want to do. I don't wanna. I was like the guy. I don't just do it. I don't wanna. I don't wanna.
I don't wanna.
Oops, FPV keeps joining. I'm
Did
fixing
it
to
work?
ban him from the channel if he keeps joining every 2 minutes. Y'all can't hear that, but it's in my ear. Oops, FPV joined. Oops,
Oh,
FPV joined.
does it
Oops.
actually?
Yes, every
Oh,
time.
oh my gosh, I didn't know that. I'm so sorry, Marty. I
I
did
don't.
not know that.
Hey, I'm
I,
exaggerating. Don't bother
I
me
get.
that.
I guess you could see how persistent I am on trying to get it fixed. Then. I guess you can see how persistent I've been. All right, I'll stop. It ain't gonna work right now, anyways. It did one time. It worked one time, and then it ain't worked since. So, yeah, because there's two. When we get done with the stream, I'll delete one of these for some reason. I don't know how it got both of my part of finding or part of starting new things and troubleshooting as you go.
That's right.
Yeah.
And learning new stuff for somebody like me is just, you know.
You big dummy. You big dummy. You big cold-blooded dummy.
Gotta love him.
Uh,
Got to love
yes.
Fred Sanford. If you don't love Fred Sanford, there's something wrong with you.
Yes. That's for sure. And I'm with you. I'm the exact same way. So, it's
Let
good
me. Now I got to get back to Discord
time.
somehow. Okay.
Yeah. Says,
I want to videos for the stream. Don't have anything for mail call this week, but poll is still. Let me see.
there's some,
Let's see what results are on the poll.
and there's also some videos in Discord if you want to show them too.
Yeah, that's what I do. Let's end the poll and see what the results are. The results are: do you game? If so, what on? 33 said yes. 33% was on console. 16% said no, and 16 on Steam.
Seems
So, okay.
that sounds about equal across the board.
Yep.
Does pretty wild. 16-16 there. Yeah, I mean it had to. I guess it had to even it out to make it an even number in the end. 33-33, 16-16. That's weird numbers. You know what those both add up to, right? Not a coincidence. Ugh,
My typing is so bad, y'all. %.
That's right. 98%. It does equal 98%.
Well, it's better than than our national polls, because if it was our national polls, it'd have been 326% of the people voted.
Which
Did I
is
say that out loud?
66. Nah, not at all.
There we go.
66 and 32. It would equal 66 and 32. The number 66 and 33 would have been
There's a new poll
significant.
for you to look at.
Oh, that's gonna be just interesting in itself, anyways, because we could both be, you know, even if you don't have a stream service, you can actually share your screen while you play a game, and people can just watch you share your screen of you playing your game. But that way's a little
I
more
don't.
jumpier. That
I
way's a
don't
little
want to
more
sit and play
jumpy.
a game while people watch me play a game. I want to play a
No,
game with other people if I do it.
while they play with you, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
that would be fun. While we all
So,
talk FPV,
while we
that would be
all
great.
talk FP, which we could
And
pause the
then, of
game
course,
or
do like
something like that.
builds while we all talk FPV.
Which
We could
that
be doing
Ghost Recon Wildlands, I know,
coordinated
like,
build
unless it's
over.
changed. I ain't played it in like the
Maybe both
last
of
year,
us
but
end up with the same 2S
I knew like all
squad
the
or
secrets.
something like that, or just both, and you
326
know,
for one can.
end up building it over the stream while
That's right.
everybody else
That's right.
joins
I am
in,
gross.
and then
Yeah, I don't know what Casey's on
and there's a
about. He's
lot of
cutting in and
things
out.
that would help the community that I think would be rather
For
easy,
one, yeah,
considering
for one candidate,
all the videos you
326.
see that don't help the community. The fact that you see the video means they could have spent that time and effort making the video that would have helped. But nah, you can't look at it that way. I know, but still, I've been reading
326
a
for one
lot lately
candidate.
where people
And
are
Hank,
saying,
can you
you know,
hear me, man?
there isn't enough videos on this, there isn't enough videos on that, and this and that happens to be the latest and greatest and most looked into things right now. It seems to be. So I'm thinking to myself, why isn't there more content on this stuff? And it's like, well, there's about to be.
Okay.
So all
Now for
you
the
out
third
there,
time, I'm going to try
remember,
to read this
record,
comment, and
record
hopefully
yourself,
Casey won't talk
even
over
if
me.
you're
For the
not good
third
at it.
time,
So
I'm just
I
going to
don't
mute him.
consider myself.
Okay. I'm just going to mute him because he just keeps talking. And I've tried for 3 times to read this comment. 326 for one candidate, 212 for the other. Perfect political math. Absolutely. I don't know if you're having trouble hearing my voice or not, Casey. But
Am I sure I was tighten that bolt? Yeah, I gotta make double sure.
are you able to hear me?
So I finally got to go to my local flying field.
Did you get to? Can you hear
Not
me?
this week or any time recently. It was a couple weeks
Can
ago.
you hear me?
But pretty big, pretty.
I don't think he can hear me. Moving along. His computer's all jacked up, guys. So I don't think he can hear me. That's why he was just talking while I was talking. I don't think he was trying to be rude. I just don't think he can hear me. Um, yeah, yeah. I don't think he hears you. Can he? No, I don't think he can even hear me. Hercules. Uh, no, I really don't think he could hear me, or he's struggling right now. I don't know. Send me a private message, Casey. Do you hear the words coming out of my mouth? Yeah. Like, hey, man, every time I try to read your comment, brother, he just start talking again. So I really don't think he can hear me. Send me a private chat if 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 you can even hear anything, Casey. I don't know. he may be kind of out of it tonight. Well, I don't know. But we'll watch. We will move along and share the screen. Mr. Marcel has been rocking some long range stuff. Wait. I already know that I've got to pick the actual video before I start to share. So, also, guys, I know some of you guys are using royalty-free music, but I'm just going to talk through it because I have been getting struck a lot with copyright, and I don't know for sure if it's affecting my super chats. I know that about over half of the super chats that I'm getting, for some reason, YouTube is holding for right now. So, yeah, let's look at this one, Mr. Marcel off Axios. This is Why I Fly FPV Long Range Canadian Wilderness GoPro Hero 10. Let's make sure that this is not over 720. Yeah, I'm going to bring it down because it will give my stream a little bit of trouble. The quality's much better. Go and let me share a link. Well, we'll play it first. I'll share it. Share. That's beautiful, right there, man. It's trivial. And trip. What's the word I'm looking for? Trigger. We could hear you. I'm gonna reply to this in private, guys. Wow, look at that. It's beautiful scenery. Let's see. Wow. Yeah, that's some beautiful stuff there, man. Yes, that's what I was. I am gross. That's what I was looking for. I was actually chatting and talking with Casey, trying to get him back in. You've got two, Casey. If you can hear it all, you've got two things. Oh, let's try it.
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm so sorry. I couldn't hear y'all. Couldn't hear y'all a minute ago.
You play. I'm looking now to play some of them. I used to be able to share my own.
I had two open because I was still trying to fix it every now and then.
The software that I'm using right now, it used to be called Melon. It's called Talk Studios, and the tab that it has for me to share video, not video, but my audio, my own royalty free
Wow, that was
music
gorgeous.
it's not available. They've taken it out. It used to be under
Oh,
share, and now it's. I don't know if I can
wow.
share it along with sharing a video. Let me see if I remove this, and now I'll go to my share. If it lets me, yeah, it'll let me share background audio now. Let me see if I can get something played. Yeah, I'm about to reset all of this stuff up, guys. It's just.
Yeah, I'm definitely resetting my account. So there will only be one. There will be no two. I don't like it being somehow logged into both of my emails. Weird. And,
Oh, I only got like 4,000. Trying to find something here. Let's see. Here's the thing. I don't even know what it is. Yes. Yeah, see, that would be great. Can y'all still hear the music?
yes, at least I can. Let me see if the stream can. Yeah, they can. That's perfect. That I am gross.
It's a whole lot better than hearing my ugly voice. We can watch it again.
Oh, we can't see it.
Because I'm not. I'm watching it. Looking good to me, guys.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
Only for a second. You just took it off. More than a second, but yeah. There we go.
I don't think I took it off. I don't think you did. I don't think you have power to that.
I don't. Not.
Unless logging in and out a dozen times does it. It does a little more justice to.
Don't forget about your banner. Your banner, maybe after a while. Oh yeah, that is beautiful right there. I like how it's got the gold looking. Yeah, it's beautiful. Gosh, that's just wild looking.
It's worth a double view.
I would love to go there and just do a split edge right over the top of the canyon while there. Oh, cool. Rad Lion, he says. Let's see.
All right, let me go back and pick another one.
Or no, another off axis. Unless we're past that one. Never mind. Aren't we?
one looks like it might be faster, but I'm not going to change the song just because I'd have to go find another
No view.
one. I'm getting there.
Oh, okay. I was just
I
trying
gotta
to
do
be more
one at a time.
trying to be more on top of it this time. This time a little too fast. Whoa. I want to do that.
Amicus Among Us. It was a perfect switch there, wasn't it?
Yeah. It just went
Look
straight.
at there. Looks like they're using the same music. Look at that.
That's pretty weird. It's pretty wild right there.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Right
Something
on
on
cue.
something on the same tempo.
It is. It's gonna be. Oh, gone. You took it away from us.
What?
We cannot see it no more. There we go.
Right, let me see if I can find another. I think we have one here from another one from Mr. Marcel off Axis. Let me copy a link. Not going to post every one of his links in the chat, but I'll get you over there to his channel, and you guys subscribe to him and give him a big thumbs up on those.
I am Gross says it's just like watching The Wizard of Oz to the dark side of the moon. They line up perfectly.
Right. I've heard that.
Yeah.
I've heard that.
It's familiar. Very familiar.
I've actually heard people say that.
That is wild. It is very linked up, ain't it? Kind of connected. Yeah. Or it ain't kind of connected. It is.
This one's called Rock Gully.
Oh, cool.
Y'all probably gonna get tired of this song. I need to find another one here in a little bit. I'm getting tired of it. But not that scenery. Beautiful spot, Marcel. Line up there in the glaciers and stuff, man. You've got to risk it for the biscuit, don't you?
Especially going to
Get up underneath one of those glaciers. You risk your life getting, even if you make it to it, you risk your life getting it.
Oh gosh. Yeah, that would be bad. It'd be a scary situation. Scary, hairy situation.
You could get there and fall off the side, either side of that, it probably goes down. Who knows how far it goes down before you get to it. Fly underneath that ice cave there.
That's pretty cool.
Lose it for sure.
I love if you go slower. If you go slower with a quad, it makes it seem like a long distance. But if you go
That is.
fast, I mean, that is a long distance, but if you go fast, it's like my street, I can get to the end of my street and I don't realize I'm there. It's like, how am I here already? So much
Yeah, he's
faster.
definitely a whole lot further than the end of your street.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. I bet that one wasn't drinking. Maybe.
He may. I don't know what he's on.
Yeah.
GoPro Hero 10 is what he said. The other one. So, I mean, he could be analog. In his goggles, I don't know. DJI analog.
Oh, DJI. Yeah, he could be using DJI. DJI would have the longer control link, wouldn't it?
Not as much the control link. No, I wouldn't trust DJI control link as far. Video link, yeah. Crossfire, I would. Or Express LRS.
Yeah, ELRS. Yeah. I mean, did I say video link?
Yeah, you said control link.
Okay, yeah, video link. How is? I wonder how is it. I know their control link when they got RQ Sync and all that, it got better, but so much trust ELRS better. uh, try getting it to fail safe.
Let me see if it says what he's using.
Yeah, that would be interesting to know.
No.
No, they didn't give us no juice, none of the juice with the beans.
What I use, Radio Master TX16, TBS Crossfire,
Oh,
diamond antenna,
wow,
Fat Shark
crossfire.
Attitude V6 goggles with the Wildfire module.
Oh, guess uh, that reminds me. That's a really good setup. Oh, yeah,
So I guess it's analog.
yeah, sounds analog. Yeah. Huh.
The AKK long range 3-watt BTX.
Oh yeah. Oh
Ultra
yeah.
long
Oh
ultra
true.
long range.
Oh yeah, it is. Oh hey, speaking of all this control links, Tracer, I'm actually running it right now. Well, I haven't got to actually mess with it. It's on hold, but right now, Tracer, there's an update that you can do, and you can get 500 hertz, just like on Express LRS,
Yeah.
out of Tracer. And so, you got any $30 Nano RXs laying around, Tracer Nano RXs laying around that you don't use because you love your 500 and 1000 hertz. Well, guess what? You can put those back to use because now with the new, all you do is just update, and you can have 500 hertz. You
Hey,
just gotta make
8-bit, I'm
pretty
about to
cool.
show your Wallbanger 8389 throwdown challenge. Um, do you have royalty free music on it? I know you do a lot of mixing your own music. Yeah, and I know that because I play music. I mean, I know that I can play a song and it be considered as a cover. That's what I did on my intro. They Back to the Future used to flag me on every one of them.
Yeah,
And so I
crazy.
got with a friend of mine who plays guitar, and we laid down the the music track on that as a cover. So uh, I don't get stricken anymore. Talk in the beginning over. It is copyrighted music?
Then the font has copyright for sure.
Okay. All right.
He says, I talk in the beginning over the music, but then the flight has copyright music for sure. Okay.
Okay.
So he does talk in the first part.
Here. Is it this? Here. I don't think that would work. Let me try. I don't have anything queued up, guys. I'm just going from a list of songs here. Yeah, this might work on 8-bit like I do. Let me see. The name might.
Sure. Why not?
I don't know. Sounds too. Let me one more try. One more try.
Here, we'll just start beatboxing.
No.
No. That won't be good neither. Gives us that hype xylophone music. Give us. There you go.
I'll go with that.
He said, "Give us that hype xylophone music." ASIC.
All right, so I'm going to start this. So it's got double music when he talks. So it will.
A little challenge going on. Wallbanger, he had me do this Throwdown Thursday challenge of his, split S. Hey yo, swing. I know somebody that wants to split S. If you're down for that challenge. And how about you, Apache? You down? And Boner FPV. And heck, how about Fair FPV. Fur FPV. If I'm saying it wrong, I'm sorry, dude. Y'all down for a split S challenge for Wallbanger's Throwdown Thursday challenge? If you are, do a video. Split S challenge. I mean, if you can't complete the challenge, that's cool. That's what he says. You know, if you can't do it, it's cool. Just try. Just make a video and try. And then just tag Wallbanger and myself, because I want to see. I know you guys can do this shit, but I want to see what y'all do. And let's continue this on. This stuff is fun, man. Let's keep this going around in the community. So yeah, Swing Tube, Apache Smoke, Boner FPV, Fur FPV, Thursday Throwdown Challenge for Wallbanger. Let's do it, y'all.
I didn't think 8-bit's flying style would go with the other song. I think this one a little better. I thought this was supposed to be a split S challenge. Well, that might have been looked away from that. Yeah.
I eat split S's for breakfast. Oh, he ate the ground for breakfast.
That's called a split T, and a split C for splitting the camera. We do it at the beginning. So this is not the challenge. Is this the challenge video right there? Yeah. I might not have finished that first. I was worried about whether the music was going to match up to it or not. Trying to run and watch the stream, and I didn't get to pay as much attention as I want to. Bang.
I've been watching it too. Watching the chat, I mean, too. As always.
What else? Rabbit.
Wow. Trees are your best friends. That's right, Neo. That's nice. He said one is 2-inch rabbit in moon. I done Maddie split S. I done mini split S, he said. 1S 2-inch rabbit in moon.
Right. Y'all run over there and give Mr. 8-Bit some subs and some love if you haven't already. Let's see. What is the results of the poll? Let's in the poll and see what it says. Would you be interested in streaming? What I should have said. Multiplayer shooter while we talk FPV. 14% says no. 85% says yes. we may do that. I've got an Elgato 4K capture card coming in that I should be able to run right to my Mac Mini and run from my Xbox 360, and we may try that. If things go like I have planned, next week there'll be a special guest on. I'm not going to announce who that is until the first of the week, because he asked me to give him till through the weekend to make sure that he was going to be available. So, yeah. So be ready for that. Something new on the stream. Yeah, 99%.
Yeah.
That's right. That one's much more accurate. Much more accurate. So, and it don't have to be a shooter game. We start off doing something like that, and that's just what I'm good at. I'm not, it's the whole puzzle game. It's my head injury. It's a lot of bump puzzles and Tomb Raider stuff. You got to go get this and all of that.
Tomb Raider,
yes.
50.
Thank you, Athix. Thank you. Also, Sunday night at 7 p.m. I think it's 7 p.m. my time. It might be 7 p.m. Eastern. Let me look here on my phone. I can tell you. I will be on as a guest on eDrone's channel. Let me make sure.
Hey, King click the channel. He said, "What up at PhatPastor and Oops FPV? I am late, but I wanted to say hi and drop a like before I head over to Infinity Loops. Have a good weekend, y'all."
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You too. And
Thank
you have
you,
a
brother.
very thank you.
Yeah. Smash that like button before you leave, if you will, for me. It helps a little bit. Let me see.
Yeah.
7
The
p.m. Eastern time. So that'll be 6 p.m. my time. 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern time. October the 15th. By the way, I don't know. I've been busy all day, but I've had a lot of people send me messages that says that Hezbollah has, I don't know if it's true, but people told me that Hezbollah is calling for a global jihad to start tomorrow, all over the world. So, yeah, be careful if you're out there. Carry your paintball gun or whatever it is you carry, and just be careful out there.
I'm
Watch your
I'm
six.
lost.
I
Yeah.
always tell people situational awareness. You need to know what's going on around you all the time. When I'm out in public, my head is always, well, no, almost always on a swivel. So,
Yes. Yes.
all right, and we're going to do. Let's see. We got.
Scary.
Oh my gosh,
Just a bit scary.
Pastor Larry, you are you trying to get me on a? I know I'm already on a watch list, but I think Pastor Larry, or maybe he's just wanting to give us some things to talk about.
Yeah, because I was about to say some more, but I'm not, because then we would have to.
It's PhatPastor reacts video to Vegas massacre conspiracy theories fill the void. Okay. All right. Let's get this ready. That last one, last week, I didn't really understand it. Tucker, that's right there is going to make some people mad. Just alone, right there. Tucker Carlson. My favorite part of the snake is the knee. So, all right, here we go. PhatPastor reacts to Tucker, Vegas massacre conspiracy theories fill the void.
Oh, wow.
I will try.
It's been nearly 2 weeks since the horrifying.
First off, it's been a lot longer than 2 weeks. It's been nearly,
Yes, I think.
what, 6 years? 7 years? Let me do that so you get a little bit more of a reaction from me. So this was obviously pretty close after it happened. Okay. Put in the, this must be an old video. Yes. Smash that like button. Yes. DM you on Discord, Pass. Thank you guys. Also, join the Discord and drop your videos and stuff there also. All right. Yeah, looks like an old video.
Shootings in Las Vegas, and unbelievably, nobody seems able to answer even the most basic questions about what actually happened. Police initially told us that Stephen Paddock shot a hotel security guard in the hallway outside his room after he'd finished murdering more than 50 people on the plaza below. Then authorities changed that timeline. What actually happened, investigators explained, was that at 9:59 p.m. that night, Paddock shot guard Jesus Campos in the leg after firing about 200 rifle rounds through the hotel room.
Now, wasn't the Jesus guy the guy that took off and fled, went out of the country or something? I don't know. I watched this pretty closely. I had some friends in law enforcement and stuff like that, and I kept up with this for a while. Not lately.
Room door. Then Paddock waited another 6 minutes for some reason before opening fire on the crowd. Once that rampage ended, it was another hour before police entered his room and found Paddock dead. That was the explanation as of a few hours ago. Didn't make sense, but they were going with it. Now there's a new account. In a statement just this afternoon, the company that owns the hotel where Paddock was staying says it has concluded that police are all wrong about what happened.
Well, of course. They don't want to get sued. I mean, they're gonna definitely, the Mandalay Bay definitely is going to come out with their own idea of what happened, or their own narrative. That's a good way to put it.
There you go. Because they think they control the narrative. Yeah.
They better. That big of a lawsuit.
Actually, the hotel says armed security officers rushed to Stephen Paddock's room, quote, immediately after the shooting first began. How did they respond when they got there? Why was Paddock able to continue shooting? We still don't know the answers to those questions. But that's just the beginning of what we don't know about this case. Media outlets, for example, confidently reported that Paddock made a living as a professional video poker player. Now, that's technically possible. We checked today with someone.
I thought he was a count mutant. I thought he was an accountant.
Huh.
That was just a high roller.
Oh.
In Vegas. But it's a little like, as Ann Coulter pointed out in a column this morning, like claiming someone made a living smoking crack. Probably didn't happen. So what was really going on with Stephen Paddock? Still unknown. And so, by the way, is his motive still unknown?
Still unknown. Today.
Still unknown.
Let me back that up a little bit.
It's crazy.
I don't know that that's changed. If you guys know that it's changed, share it with me. Let me know.
It didn't happen. So what was really going on with Stephen Paddock? Still unknown. And so, by the way, is his motive still unknown? 64-year-old accountants don't typically spend months planning mass murder for no reason. There was a reason. No one can even guess as to what it was. Other questions that Coulter raised that news organizations ought to be asking but aren't. How can it possibly take 8 days to figure out when the alleged shooter checked into the hotel? Why?
Well, because somebody covering their butt, I'm thinking. If I remember, he not only did he check in to the hotel, but he took all of those guns up the service elevator and shouldn't have had access to that. So I think somebody's covering their butt.
Why was Paddock wearing gloves if he was about to commit suicide? Have any other solitary mass shooters ever had girlfriends? To those
Is that a... Let me see.
Is that even a question?
No, well, is that criteria?
Did they
commit suicide? Have any other solitary mass shooters ever had girlfriends?
So lost with that.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I came back in the middle. When did this happen? 7 years ago.
Yeah.
8 years ago, somewhere around there.
You haven't missed a lot yet.
Yeah, it's just me reacting to an old video, saying, yeah.
This is about who?
Yeah,
I
think you could. I think you can have a girlfriend and still be a mass shooter.
So, who is this about again? So Zach will know.
This is about the Vegas shooter.
Yeah. What was his?
Stephen Paddock.
Right. Okay. Yeah,
to those questions, we'd add this. How could someone possibly have broken into, burgled Paddock's home in Reno in the middle of one of the biggest criminal investigations in the history of the state? Why was no one guarding the house? Are investigators actually that incompetent? Maybe they are.
That is something I remember. I remember when that happened, just like days after all of this stuff. Supposedly somebody broke in his house and stole stuff.
Gosh. Yeah, no. I didn't even. It's wrong. Completely wrong.
I remember that. I remember thinking, what? Is Mark Furman in charge of this?
Can't be right.
First question, we'd add this. How could someone possibly have broken into, burgled Paddock's home in Reno in the middle of one of the biggest criminal investigations in the history of the state? Why was no one guarding the house? Are investigators actually that incompetent? Maybe they are. Either way, institutional credibility is dying here. When the authorities get it this wrong, people stop believing them. So nobody should be surprised when conspiracy theories rush in to fill the void of credible information from officials. Joining us now is former Secret Service agent Dan Bongino.
That guy looks like he can kill you with his eyebrows, doesn't he?
He
Look at the look on his
does.
face.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And then of course he's got the nice little stamp there to prove who he's working for. So yeah,
I just ate 2 old ladies before I come on.
yeah.
He might be a nice guy. Yeah, you be bigger than me, so probably a nice guy.
Dan,
Probably.
I wanted to talk to you because I know that you're a rigorously logical
Dan.
thinker.
Yeah.
What
Thank you.
could possibly account for the radical changes in something as simple as a timeline of the crime? As you just heard, they've changed again today.
Yeah, and I want to be very precise here, and I appreciate the compliment because this case is very troubling. Tucker, you and I can both agree, and there's everything you said is absolutely.
Look at this here. You guys see this? You see where my cursor's at? I don't know if I can enlarge it.
Is that it is.
Do you see this?
My gosh.
That is either a 5.56 .223 or what's called an AR-10, which is a .308 caliber. Larger, it could have been a .300 blackout, but you wouldn't, it wouldn't have a bigger canopy on it. They claim that what he was doing was firing a bump stock. That, for one, I've owned a bump stock. I sold it right before they banned them all, but you can't fire a bump stock from a bipod. It doesn't work that way. And also the stock on it, the trigger is not what makes it fully automatic. The stock does. And that does not look like it's definitely not a slide fire or any bump stock that I've seen, because you see how the white is open in the part of the butt stock. On slide fire, that's solid on there. And that was the company that they said that he uses. That gun right there, I know, because right here, I have them. I don't have slide fire anymore.
Is that a 10 round?
But what's that?
Is that a 10 round clip in it? Too?
What?
Like a 10 round? It's something I heard. It's something like the
No,
police
that's
are
at least a
around.
20 to a 30 round capacity
Okay.
magazine.
Okay.
I mean,
that
doesn't have a magazine. That doesn't have a magazine in it.
Right. Right.
But that gun right there does not, I'm 90% sure, does not have a bump fire. If it does, there's some other manufacturer, or he's altered it or something. And even if it did, that's also a spring-loaded bipod. You see the larger areas on the top. That bipod has feet on the bottom of it, and it's spring-loaded. So that's one thing I do know. No, that gun right there would not have been firing full auto at the crowd. So that I can tell you.
It's almost as if it was put there
I'm
after,
alright.
just for the pictures, just
Stop
for the media.
Stop.
Oh, just click.
Yeah.
Absolutely true. There are a lot of open questions. Here's what I think is going on. I think there is an information gap between the hotel and law enforcement. And I think incentives here are not the same. And I don't mean that to call out anyone.
Also, I can remember that they said that he had shot through this door, that this food tray was where he had this food tray is, they said, is where he had hit a camera so he could see down the hallway. If I remember correctly. But I remember at first they were saying that he shot through the door at the camera. This door doesn't look like it has any bullet holes. The one back here, you can clearly see bullet holes here, so maybe this was the door he fired through. So Yeah.
Huh, that is a very confusing.
Here's what
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
is going
I
on.
studied this a lot
I
back
think
years
there is
ago.
an information gap between the hotel and
The
law
hotel's just trying to
enforcement.
cover
And I
their
think
butt.
incentives
Uh-huh.
here are not the same. And I don't mean that
They got
to call
attorneys
out
come in
anyone.
there
I'm
and
not
told them.
calling out. Everybody wants to get to the bottom of it. I
Yeah,
get
that's
that. But
understandable.
It was a
obviously,
big
there's
setup.
legal
See, now look at
liability
this.
on
This is another
the
thing. What's the deal with this?
Yeah, that's. I'm wondering
One
what is that.
shooter? Why? If he was he running in between these two windows? I don't. I've never understood that.
That's another
know.
thing. Did that give him 2 vantage points?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
this one
I'm
give
sure
him
it could have gave him.
all that. Yeah.
I'm sure it could have given him 2 vantage points, but he mainly shot into particularly one area. I think he was
Huh.
trying to blow up a gas tank near there, but or they say it.
hotels in, and the timeline
Look at
has
the
to be absolutely precise. Now, the law enforcement idea, this is just to get down the sequence of events, not necessarily the timeline by seconds.
Wow.
Remember, you know, if you, the difference between a 5-minute response time and a 7-minute response time for the sequence of events may not be as impactful, but for a legal lawsuit, it may make a big difference. So from a law enforcement perspective, Tucker, that's the only good guess. But I agree with you. This case makes almost no sense.
Well, and one of the main reasons that people want to move to America in the first place is the belief that our law enforcement is competent, our legal system is on the level. We have real justice in this country, unlike most of the rest of the world. And when authorities behave in a way that suggests they have no idea what they're doing, or they're not telling the whole truth, or behaving in kind of a third world way, really kind of shakes your faith, if you see what I mean.
Yeah, and I think the problem here is with this 24-hour news cycle and social media, this is a different era. Listen, Tucker, let's be honest. 30 years ago, you know, Walter Cronkite or Tom Brokaw didn't mention it. It didn't happen. But now it's a different world. You have multiple news channels on 24 hours. People want to consume news. They're looking for a narrative and a story. And right now, this story makes no sense. I'll add another open question to you. They did some kind of a brain autopsy and found no significant evidence of any brain trauma, which every time you look for an explanation to this case, radicalization, brain trauma, a history of sociopathic behavior.
Whoa.
Oh.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Look for an explanation to this case, radicalization, brain trauma, a history of sociopathic behavior. The book slams shut on you. It just.
My recollection was they first told us that he shot himself in the chest, gut area, sternum area with a revolver. Twice. Then they changed that and said, no, he shot himself once in the abdomen and once in the head, in the mouth. He's just saying that because if this was 2 weeks before that, he's saying that they did an autopsy and found no evidence of brain trauma. A gunshot wound to the head would be brain trauma.
Yeah, there would be no way you could do an autopsy on the brain at that point. I mean, you could.
Well, parts
but
of
you
it,
would,
but let me see again.
Brain autopsy and found.
that would mean there would be no trauma to the head if there was a brain autopsy, right? Yeah.
Another open question to you. They did some kind of a brain autopsy and found no significant evidence of any brain trauma, which every time you look for an.
I don't know for sure, but the last that I heard a couple of years ago was that the official cause of death, the official story, the last that I heard, was he had no motive, he acted alone, and he shot himself in the abdomen with a revolver and then put it in his mouth, or shot himself with a rifle maybe in the abdomen and then put the gun in his mouth and blew his brains out. Now, but this is saying here that they did a brain autopsy and found no trauma.
explanation to this case, radicalization, brain trauma, a history of sociopathic behavior, the book slams shut on you. It just doesn't make sense. And that's why law enforcement has to be super careful about getting this right, because people are going to fill in the narrative themselves.
Right, and they haven't been super careful about getting it right. Clearly, by their own admission, they've changed the basic elements of the timeline. When was Jesus Campos shot? I mean, they changed that dramatically. So are there other... Look, I never repeat conspiracy theories on TV. I think it's wrong, and I think it's irresponsible. But I'm starting to think maybe there's an entirely separate explanation, because the fact set that we have now does not, any way you kind of stack it, doesn't add up to something that I recognize as sensible.
Yeah. No, they don't. And the part that puzzles me the most is why the attacker killed himself with clearly the capacity. I mean, believe me, I'm glad the attack ended when it did.
Yes.
But it's still, the question's not clear
Pastor Larry
as to why
said he didn't act
ended
alone.
it, given this new revised timeline. And clearly, he was prepared for a more elongated, extended attack. Again, thankfully, it stopped. But it just doesn't make sense, and it makes you, it's an open...
Yeah, why did he just stop?
And
Let me see here. I'm going to play that again.
Gated, extended attack. Again, thankfully it stopped, but it just doesn't make sense, and it makes you. It's an open question that makes you wonder, and reasonable people can ask reasonable questions about that. It's not unfair.
No, that's the problem. You can't anymore, and and I don't know if playing this. I hope it doesn't get me demonetized. I'm going to leave Pastor Larry's comment just in the chat instead of putting it on the screen. I don't know. To me, it doesn't seem like it. I tell people all the time, even with religion or faith, if you can't question something, it's not a matter of truth anymore. It's propaganda. And, so because people come to me and say, am I wrong for even asking this question? No, you're not wrong for questioning God, why God would allow something, do something, whatever. I think we're wrong when we tell people that you must believe blindly without questioning. I am strong on this. That is propaganda. I mean, it might be what they're telling you may be truth, but if someone does not give you the permission to question what you're telling them, what you're speaking, it goes beyond trying to help someone. It goes beyond trying to relay truth, and it gets into the area of propaganda. And I don't care who you are, whether you're a pastor in a church or whether you're a politician. Now I will say, when it comes to children, small children, yes, there comes a time, we all said it, I'm not going to do that when I get my kids. I'm never going to say because I said so. But there's times that parents can say it to children because children can't understand everything. But if you're talking adult, reasonable conversations with other adult people that are just trying to understand something, when you get into the area that no, this question is off the table, to me, you have gotten into the place of propaganda, and I don't want to be a part of that. So let's finish this up.
To ask that.
Last question, just process question. Who's running this investigation? Is it the feds primarily, or is it still Clark County?
Yeah, I would think that the bureau, the local bureau office, run out of Las.
Somebody told me this. I don't know if it's true. Those of you that's in the chat, you can Google foo if you want to, but I was told, and I have heard, that the police chief or sheriff, whoever it was, for the Vegas shooting is the coroner of the Hawaii fires. Just saying.
God, they send shivers up the spine. We're down.
I don't know if it's true.
Vegas probably has jurisdiction, but is seeking pretty significant input from the locals. But I just say that because in one of the press conferences, the Las Vegas sheriff clearly indicated that the FBI was the primary custodian of the evidence, which says to me that they're going to make it a federal jurisdiction case.
Yeah. Dan Bongino, thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
Well then, that's disturbing, especially if that was 7 years ago. That's pretty much what you're hearing now,
Yeah.
except worse. Now you're hearing the thing starting to come out because it can't be hid forever. Just like this, it doesn't go away. 7 years later, it's being brought right back up and talked about amongst, who would have thought, a bunch of FPV guys, you know. But still, everything happens for a very good reason. That's a definite good question. I was wondering the same thing. Like, so he didn't act alone. Like, you know, that's got to be what's running through everyone else's mind. Just obvious that he didn't. It's obvious. And they're like, "Oh, you're involved in this? Well, crap! Now we've got to cover it up, because then you'll make us look bad." Yeah, I think maybe that might have been what happened. Who knows? Or maybe they knew the whole time, and that all was planned out, every bit of it, even the ending. And it's still being a question to this day. That was the plan. The plan. It's working. And the further we get away from it, the more the truth gets buried.
Yeah.
And twisted. And but I've seen 20 years later, someone get released from where they were doing life for someone else's murder that they didn't commit. Then new science and technologies ended up proving their innocence. Thank the good Lord. And then ultimately finding the actual murderer or killer at home, all fat and happy with whatever, because he got away with the last 20 years of being a murderer. Yeah, that happens quite often. It's sad. That people sit in jail for things they didn't do like that, and that murderers run free. Things like this happen and stay covered up.
And I was just Googling something to see if I could find anything I could find on it. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't, Pastor Larry, on that. Yeah, I don't know. What I can say is that it doesn't seem like it to me. I don't see how it's possible. So, yeah, from all of the stuff that I saw and heard, watched a lot of video, studied it myself. There sounded to be several times, and it could have been echoes bouncing off the buildings, but it sounded to me like there was times that there was clearly multiple full auto rifles being fired at the same time. And you cannot fire two bump stocks. One person at one time. It takes two hands. You have to literally be pulling forward on the magazine is how I would do it. You pull forward on the magazine, and as the recoil of the stock stays still, and it's got a guard on the trigger, and your finger stays still. The recoil of the gun causes the trigger to unset, and then as you're pulling back forwards, so you're constantly pulling forward, and the trigger's moving inside. Your finger stays still, but the trigger's moving inside and it's hitting your finger. So, and you're actually pulling the trigger by pushing the gun forward. So you can't hold one in one hand and one in the other hand. You can't unless you got four arms.
Just doesn't work out, does it? Unless
No.
he's using his big toes.
It doesn't. Right. I'm not going to belabor the stream tonight because I've got some things I'm wanting to work out, and need to get Casey straightened out on things. But remember, next week, possibility. Stay tuned. First of the week. Also Sunday, I will be, the Lord willing, will be on eDrone's channel at 6 p.m. my time, 7 p.m. their time, and yeah. Thank you to all of you that are in the chat and watching all of that. And I'm going to try to get to where I'm not doing 3-hour streams every week. I don't really need to be doing that. So thank you again. Thanks, Casey,
Thanks for having me.
TV, for showing up. And guys, drop by, give him some likes, give him some subs, all that kind of stuff. And take care, Casey.
Thank
you. And I'm not going to belabor this tonight. Again, thank you for being a part of what I'm doing here with the stream. Wherever you're at, whatever you're doing, remember to keep flying and rise up. And me,